Hey guys, Aeshmah here. Another stream, another Ghost of Tsushima Speedrun. Sub 340. Here we go. Let's set everything up. We will go with Nobu again, of course, because he is the best horse. Or, best horse name, rather, I want to say. And, yeah. No. Enough talk. Let's have at it in 3, 2, 1, go. Now, I actually went ahead and had another redo of my charm setup. Not much changed actually, I just put around some charms on the Kensai armor. I got rid of the charms that increase my chance to terror, or to terrify. And instead opting for some charms that increase the ghost weapon damage, because actually I've only been using the Kensai armor for the Khotun Khan fight. And while you could still terrify some Mongols there, I don't think it actually does much. Because I'd much rather kill Khotun Khan fast than having to deal with lots of Mongols there anyway. And since I tend to just go ham on him with ghost weapons, you know, why not just increase their damage and get him down even faster? So, let's see if that works. I mean, looking back on how that fight went last time, it can only go better, right? Also, I'm way too far to the left here. On optimal start. I'm already losing time on the prologue. Did I split? I think I split here. Not a good start. But, you know, can and will always go better. Also, that was totally because I didn't take an optimal line to Yuna there and way too far left. Also, for some reason, the game just does not seem to save the charm setup on the broken samurai armor. Which is pretty curious. Because I definitely put the Charm of Inari on this time, I double checked before starting. But it just does want to save that, apparently. Oh well, no matter. We'll do this anyway. I mean, it would just be nice to have a few more supplies in the beginning here, so I could maybe buy another bomb or so. But that shouldn't make a big difference in the grand scheme of things, I suppose. A little bit far to the left. Okay. So with your stuff. Now, story-wise, of course, since we do skip the prologue on New Game Plus completely, thank God. The island of Tsushima has, of course, been overrun by the Mongol invasion, killing all of the samurai in the process. The initial fight, so to speak. But two. One being Jin Sakai, our main protagonist here, and the other being his uncle, who was actually the lord of the island of Tsushima. And now Jin, our protagonist, thinks that by, rescuing his uncle from the Mongols' clutches, they will be able to free the island. So that is basically what Act 1 is all about. Freeing your uncle from the Mongols, who is held in a castle that is, of course, guarded by the Mongols. So we are bound to recruit some allies along the way, because, of course, Jin can't take a whole castle full of Mongols on by himself. I mean, he did actually try to do that in the prologue and failed miserably, so he's on the lookout for some allies now. Now in this sequence, we are actually supposed to track a bear that is wounded, and he's actually so nice as to walk in an S shape. However, following his trail is slow, and we much rather just, cut across the S instead of following it. Even if it means leaving the area of the tail for just a little bit here. But there's the bear. We'll examine it to know that it actually is the bear we are tracking. And that ends this sequence. This is an assassination attempt on Jin's uncle, but they resolve it pretty quickly. Okay. And this one much better. Oh god! Nearly rolled hill to him. Which wouldn't have been good. Okay, free the captive. Who isn't the guy we are actually looking for, which would be Yuna's brother. Yuna being the woman who is following us. She actually rescued us from the, well, slaughter at Komoda Beach, where the samurai encountered the Mongols. She nurses back to health, and in, exchange for that, we will help her free her brother from the Mongols, while she will, of course, help us try and rescue our uncle. Our brother, of course, isn't in the camp we just went through. He's in another location. This is the course of these games, so yeah. Got most stuff to do still. Okay, saved a bit of time there actually. Oh wow. 5.5 seconds. That's nice. So I will now switch gear to the ghost armor, which we'll actually wear for most of the game, as it has a unique perk, which says that there is a 40% chance on kill to terrify nearby enemies. Terrify meaning that the enemies will basically just drop their weapons and run for their lives, basically. So that means, of course, we don't actually have to pursue and kill them if we would have to kill the enemies, And that is basically the fastest way to get rid of an enemy, right? Not even having to engage them in the first place. So yeah, I think riding it this way is actually a little bit faster than I tend to be doing it. Just right up to these rocks to get the fast travel option for the survivors camp. Because we will need that after we do our next quest, which is the Tale of Sensei Ishikawa, another ally that we will recruit for our cause. It's basically sort of a not quite dishonored archer master of a different clan, who is in search of his best student, as he claims himself. But as we will soon find out, she actually got captured by the Mongols, of course. And we will actually leave him behind here, because normally you would have to be close to your allies, like the quest marker actually tells you. However, we just go this path here, as the game intends us to do, and go fight these Mongols, Ishikawa will actually just go and catch up to us. And there you can see the first Mongol being terrified, and more Mongols being terrified. And thus we have basically cleared this encounter. Killed 3 guys, 3 others left. And now, essentially, Ishikawa should come here. He does. And we can go and continue our quest. So this is the camp that his student made, where we learned that she was attacked by the Mongols and probably captured. So we'll soon have to go and free her. Just examine everything that is to examine here. Talk to Ishikawa. And then continue on our merry way after skipping a cutscene. It is actually great because New Game Plus actually allows you to skip cutscenes. You wouldn't be able to skip any cutscene on playing a normal game, basically a new game. And there are about 2 hours, a little bit more of cutscenes in this game, so that does add up fast. So this is where we would normally get our bow. Oh, we still get it here, but, you know. If we want on the New Game Plus, this is where you would get it. Just shoot these lanterns. Because Ishikawa doesn't trust us with a bow unless we show him that we can actually handle it. Now that we have proven ourselves as a capable archer, he will not only let us keep the bow, but there's actually no budget this time. Anyhow, this is the fort where we suppose Ishikawa's student Tomoe to be held. So we will look for a vantage point to have a look at the fort's defenses before we storm it. So once again, look at everything that is marked here. I'll actually try something new this time. Because I've been thinking about the explosive arrows again, we actually get quite a few here. And, you know, waiting for the patrol that comes out of the gate to pass these explosive barrels takes quite a while. However, one explosive arrow didn't kill them. So I've been thinking, why not just use 2? I mean, that's just logical, isn't it? 1 isn't enough. Just use more. And I actually don't have any explosive arrows this time. What? No, now I have to. Let's try this again then. Yep, they are still alive. I can't hit them. The fuck? Okay, let Ishikawa take care of that one dude. He's terrified. That guy isn't. Was a bit slow. Okay, let's try this again. Where's Ishikawa? Ah, God. He's slowly coming down. Yeah, if you actually look at Ishikawa after clearing the archers outside of the fort, he would actually follow your attack inside the fort here. For some reason that apparently didn't register when it did it. So we had to wait for him to actually come down from that cliff there. Also, I think it's starting to be pretty clear while actually terrifying the enemies is such a good strategy in this game, because I nearly didn't have to kill anybody inside this fortress just now. About half of the enemy force just left. Because I was killing the other half. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in the damage that the explosive arrows do, to be honest. Not sure if that is actually worth it to do. But, you know, waiting for them to get close to the explosive barrels takes way too long, so... I don't know. So as we learn here, the Mongols freed Tomoe, Sensei Ishikawa's student, because she proved herself to be a capable archer, and she is now basically the archery trainer for the Mongol army. Anyway, we still recruited Ishikawa to our cause, so that's good. Because he really is a capable archer. No doubt about it. Oh my. Look at that time save. So, we will mount and fast travel to the survivor camp that we got the waypoint for earlier, while en route to Sensei Ishikawa's dojo. We will ride into the survivor camp to the guy with the knife over there and buy some black powder bombs, which we'll use all throughout the whole of the run because they are a godsend, basically. So I don't know why that horse always runs away, but I guess that is just the way this is. So what do black powder bombs do? Well, they deal a lot of damage in a pretty far radius, and they knock down enemies so that they are basically immobilized. And to top it off, I have a charm equipped, which makes it so that enemies caught in a blast of a black powder bomb actually catch on fire. And I have further charms equipped, which make it so that... optimally here. Which make it so that enemies, which are near burned enemies or burning enemies, are prone to get terrified and run away again. So I guess you can kind of see where this chain reaction of effects is going. So basically what this will allow us to do is just throw one black powder bomb into a cluster of enemies and then, well, watch the panic that ensues, and we only have to go and then clean up everybody who is still standing, which of course will terrify them further, as I've said before, the Ghost Armor has a perk that has a chance to terrify nearby enemies when we kill enemies. So all in all, we have to, at worst, kill about only half the enemies we encounter, which is a pretty good rate, I would say, still. So, next up, the tale of Lady Masako. Masako is the wife of one of the samurai who got slaughtered at Komodo Beach. And we are trying to recruit the rest of, the samurai clan of Adachi to our cause, help free Lord Shimura. However, as it turns out, Clan Adachi has some problems of its own. Let's try kill these guys with Dance of Wrath here. Awesome. That worked. So yeah, as we learn here, the estate of Glenadachi was attacked. Nobody seems to be left, aside from these bandits we just killed. And we find traces of a fight. However, it seems like some people actually escaped, so let's try and track them down. We'll whistle for our horse here, so that it is here as soon as we finish analyzing these tracks, so that it can immediately mount and start following them. It's just a minor optimization, so you don't actually have to whistle for the horse after you have investigated the tracks, which, you know, saves a little bit of time. So we'll follow the tracks here, dismount the horse right about here, so we can go and examine this dead horse. So now we've actually found Lady Masako. And, well, she basically tells us her clan was attacked, and everybody died in the attack, except for her. And she is now, of course, out for revenge. Find the killers of her family. Which, of course, means for us that we won't get any more reinforcements, except, you know, her. If we help her track down the killers, of course. So, press R2 to pay respect to the fallen. And what you've actually seen me do here is I dismounted while we're slowly riding alongside Lady Masako here. And that is because at certain points the game slows down your movement speed considerably. You know, to have a basically talking section with the NPC that you are accompanying. However, jumping isn't slowed down. So what you can do is just dismount your horse if you're on it and just jump around, which will be way faster than normally walking or riding at that point. And since this is a speedrun, we're gonna go fast, right? So we'll do this that. Here again, game slows us down, we won't have it, just dismount and start jumping. So this is where Lady Masako thinks that the killers of her family went. Or rather, she has her suspicions that one of the monks here is in cahoots with the murderers, because he was visiting her estate just before the attack, and she thinks he was the scout for the attack, which is the dude we just talked to here, right here. She also tells us we should go to the armorer and reclaim the armor of one of her sons, because as you might remember, at the beginning we were wearing the broken samurai armor, which was damaged beyond repair at Komodo Beach at the fight. So this is actually the first proper armor you will get during the normal gameplay. However, it's pretty useless for a speedrun as it only boosts your defense and health. And, you know, we want to terrify people, as we had the ghost. You know, ghosts terrify people, right? They're terrifying. Okay, once again, game slows us down to have this talking section. So we will just progress by jumping. Now, since we've told Sogen, the monk that we talked to, that Lady Masako is still alive, he of course gets a little bit jittery and goes to where the rest of the bandits are hiding, which is exactly what we want. So there he is, trying to leave the temple grounds. And now we will trail him. Since we already know where he will go, because it's always the same route it takes, we'll actually just go in front of him, because that is of course faster. So there he comes. Since this is a trailing mission, you have to stay inside a certain range to your target, of course, because otherwise you would lose it. So we'll use that to our advantage in just a moment here. There he comes. He will stop at the crossroads for just a bit. Let's have a look around. So this is too far away. Now he comes our way though. Rather quickly. So we will go around this bend in the road. Just about keeping him in our sights. And when he comes to that rock on the left there, just about. Yeah, we will just go and run to the end of this training section. To more or less skip it. Now you have to be fast, because if that counter reaches 0, we will basically game over and have to do this again. Which we of course do not want. So yeah, Sogen is having a talk with the bandits, even though Sogen isn't actually here yet. Which is marvelous. So yeah, we can actually skip this. We now have to do a standoff against the bandits. Kill a few of them. Start off this encounter. Old Lady Masako goes ham. So this is where the black powder bombs will come in. As we will just throw one about here. In which all of these guys just run away in terror. We take care of the rest here. Okay. So Sogen is here now. Let's talk to him. He just talks crap, so Lady Masako decides to butcher him. Yep, he dead now. And, you know, in her questline, this just keeps happening and happening. You always find another person who was involved in the murder of her family, and she just goes ham on them. Which is also why the community lovingly calls her Lady Massacre. However, this takes care of this quest for now. So let's get on with it. Okay, well now we'll have a longer traversal section here, as the next few main quests are a little bit further apart. So we'll kind of follow this road to our right. Ignore this dude, because we do not want to do his quest. As not only would that not give us anything other than ghost flowers, which you can use to buy new cosmetics on New Game Plus, it would also just waste time. And you know, this is a speedrun. You don't want to waste time here. So we'll basically follow this road for quite a while. Maybe take a shortcut here and there. Why are there Mongols here? We do want to go to the right of these rocks here. To the left, sorry. I want to pass them on the left. Then we want to go to about here. As we want to get another fast travel point at that point. Which will be the Tsutsu Bamboo Strike. And just follow this road down. Sometimes check the wind if you're still on the right track. If you can't remember the way like I do at the moment. But yeah, this forest does seem familiar. And you will basically know that you are on the right track if you can see this little forest there on the right and those few trees up on the hill. That'll tell you that you are on the right way. But we still gotta continue on here. Now the next quest will be the Broken Blacksmith. Broken Blacksmith being Taka, who is Yuna's brother. We have of course learned of his location during the Warrior's Code, which was the first quest that we did. So now it is time for us to actually go and save him. So this right here is the Tsutsu Bamboo Strike. We will use that later as a fast travel point to come back to this one on the map. But now we will make our way over to Kenji's house. Kenji being a mutual friend of Yuna and Taka. Because he will actually help us get into Azamo Bay, where Taka is being held. Just ignore everything on the way here. We will not elaborate this, as it would just take way too much time. And again, it will only give us ghost flowers anyway. Oh, they are trying to shoot us off our horse, which gets stuck on this rock. Perfect. That is what you want to happen during a speedrun. So yeah, this is Kenji's house, where Yuna will already be waiting. Now, Kenji is a quite interesting character. He's a sake brewer, a merchant, and the best swindler on the island, as Yuna puts it. So we are now trying to find a way into Azamo Bay by delivering some sake barrels to the Mongols.
敵とは商いをしておるのか。
死にたくなければ酒を起こせって脅されてまして。支度できた。なあ、本当にやるつもり？タカのためだから。
So this is another section where you want to be as far away from your allies as possible without basically leaving them behind. Because the trigger for the next cutscene, or basically you can't trigger the next cutscene if you are already further away. So now I was too far away, so I have to be at just about this distance. Basically just keep walking. You will run into some Mongols, which will trigger the next cutscene. Right here. So then, since they do not want to alert the Mongols to their presence, Yuna and Jin will now go and hide in the sake barrels, while Kenji basically drives them into Azamo Bay. And since we can now skip cutscenes during New Game Plus, this is basically the only point in the run where we actually have a little bit of free time. So, yeah, if you need to do a toilet break, get something more to drink, now's your chance. Speaking of which, let me actually do just that.
今の叫び声はいいから黙ってて。タカも同じ目に遭うかも。
腕のいい鍛冶屋ならば傷つくこともなかろう。
わからないだろう。知りません。そろそろです。静か。
Alright, Back basically just in time for this ride to be over. I hope you enjoyed the view. So now that we are in Zambo Bay, we of course have to find a method to actually go and find Taka, which will come in form of a slaver that we have to follow around town. So this is now where we'll get out of the cart and have a quick look around here. So just climb up on this roof. Do not assassinate these people. Wait for Yuna to go to the front of the house there, then survey and look at the slaver. This should then set him on his way into the town. Hopefully. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, this is basically another trailing mission, which of course means we are bound to this NPC and his walking speed. Since we can just go and use all of these rooftops, it's not too hard to just follow him around here. Yes, I have to wait for him to finish his little talk. We could pick up some more ghost weapons down here, because when you start New Game Plus, while you do keep your armors and your upgrades and your techniques and whatnot, you actually do lose all of your resources. Now, that not only means that you lose your supplies and metal and wood and whatever, but you also lose all of your actual ghost weapons. Like, you can still go ahead and pick up sticky bombs, kunai and whatnot, but you actually start with the 0 of all of them, including all the arrows for your bows. That is why we actually had to go and buy some of these black powder bombs. And since we didn't have enough supply to buy more ghost weapons, we would just have to go around and either find more supply to buy them or just find them straight up. So I want to try something new here, because I think I've seen John do that. We'll actually go down this way. Because we will still see them talking here. Oop. Now what we will do soon is a Japanese roly-poly ghost, or JRPG for short. It's a wholly original name, so I think it will definitely stick. Because what actually happens in the game, I think you see me do that in the Warriors Code, is that by rolling, we are basically invisible. As long as we start outside the enemy's vision, and then just keep rolling. Don't stop, just keep doing this. I think I started a little bit too soon, because we have to wait for this dialogue here, and then we can just restart from checkpoint. And that spawns the slaver at the other side of the market here, speeding up the process. Now, as you could see, while I was rolling, basically nobody took notice of me, which makes the stealth section of the game basically a non-issue. Which is pretty nice if you don't like stealth sections in games. So this doesn't only work in New Game Plus, it works in the whole main game. So as soon as you get the roll technique, basically, you can just roll through every mission. Stealth mission, that is. I mean, you still have to fight some enemies, of course. Anyway, we now found Taka, Yuna's brother, who is also the best blacksmith of the island of Tsushima. So, yeah, those are some good allies we are gathering here. But of course, the Mongols noticed that Yuna killed the slaver who was about to go and kill Taka. And the Mongols found the dead slaver, and now everybody is in alarm, so we have to quickly get out to not get caught. So just stay to the left along these rocks here, so you're actually outside of the detection range of the enemies. And make your way up to the meeting point where Kenji will come with the horses, so we can actually get away. Which will be in that grass just over there. We're well here, just a little bit. And there's Kenji with our horses. Yep, was actually is behind that this time. It's always in final row, so to speak, either on the left or the right. Which seems to be random. Now we have another righty-talky session here, so we will of course dismount and just keep jumping up the hill here to make this go a little bit faster. Save some time. It's actually nice that the hill is so steep, because it makes the jumps go even a little bit faster. Because you don't actually have to wait for Jin to, you know, fall down to touch the ground. You will just touch the ground by jumping up. And once we reach the crest here, wait for everybody to dismount. And then walk over here, and we are basically done with this quest as well. Oh. Split too late, but it's okay. Still save time. So once again we mount, and this is where we'll use the Tsutsu banner strike that we got earlier to go and start the next quest. So we'll ride over here. I should still, should still have some bombs, which is great. If you would ride to that big rock to the right there, you could actually go to another survivors camp to buy more supplies. But I think I'm good here, so I will not do that. Instead I will just ride straight to the smoke that's coming out there, as that is where the next quest starts, which will be the Blood on the Grass, where we will have to be tasked with finding Ryuzo, an old friend of Jin. We also want to recruit for our little rebellion here. So let's examine the dead Mongol. That's not even true. We don't want to find Ryuzo exactly. We want to find the Straw Hats, which are basically Ronin mercenaries. And it just so happens that Ryuzo is their new leader. Right. So, follow the road, not quite, into this little forest here. Then jump here to land next to this hat. Examine it to start the quest. So we are going to have another little standoff against the Mongols here. Flawlessly killed all of them. Once they come, throw a bomb. What was that? That is it. See? Like powder bombs. They do stuff. All for our horse. And then follow Ryuzo to his camp and to his men. To hopefully recruit them for our cause. I don't know what just happened there. Jin just kind of froze in front of this brute enemy. And I couldn't move him, or rather run towards him to actually go and hit him. Don't know what was wrong with that. It definitely was not intentional. But yeah, if you could imagine, if you were playing a new game and doing a speedrun of that, at about the 40-minute mark, maybe 42 minutes, is actually where you would just finish the prologue of the game. And we are, you know, already way into Act 1 at this point. On New Game Plus, simply because not only do we skip the whole prologue, but we also can skip all the cutscenes. Which is a major time save. And makes this one so much more enjoyable. And now we get to actually play around with all of our ghost weapons and stuff, so that's also nice. Would be way more limited on your arsenal during a new game run. Because you would actually have to go and unlock everything first. Which is slow. So once again we will slow down here, so we dismount and start jumping alongside the user. This is their camp. These are the straw hats that we want to recruit. So we skip the cutscene. Do 3 jumps along here, and then start running to where user wants to lead us. He's gotta be fast enough to come here before he does, because otherwise he will squeeze through this first, which of course will lose us some time as we have to wait for him to go there before we can do that. And this basically takes care of yet another quest. Oh, split a little too soon now. Okay. We don't want to wear the Ronin attire just yet, so once again, it's back to the ghost one. So we'll come here, just grab this horse, even though it isn't ours. We don't care. This one will be ours. But we will just take this one. And now we will head for the next quest, which is the Tale of Ryuzo, because as it turns out, his men are actually starving. So we gotta do something about that, because otherwise they of course won't join our cause here. And we can't have that. So we now gotta go and grab some food for them. Now we do know that there is a Mongol fort close by that we could raid to try and get a little bit of food. So let's go ahead and do that. There's this one up there. There are the straw hats waiting. Just gotta go back this way for a little bit.
船の兵に加勢されては一大事だな。挟み撃ちに遭う。俺が何とかする。筒を壊したら
Once again, start jumping because the game is slowing us down. We gotta wait here around a little bit until the quest marker actually updates, like this. Otherwise, if you would press on ahead, the game would have you go back to Ryuzo. Because you technically are still following him around. Once again, JRPG for the Mongol camp here. Go up the ladder. Attack this dude while still on the ladder, because this way you only do a sword strike against him and not the assassination animation, which takes a little bit longer to perform. Sabotage the alarm system and light the lighthouse as a signal for Ryuzo's straw hats to come in and help us. So we'll actually watch this short cutscene because it would take longer to skip it because of loading times than to just watch it. We'll just go ahead, throw a black powder bomb, grab some more here, kill this guy, and then just go and help with the cleanup. Grab some more bombs along the way. Still some people fighting over there. Just be liberal with their bomb throws. Because we'll actually get enough during the course of this quest. And that should be all of them. Now there actually isn't any food here. So we'll have to go look at the camp down here. Because as it turns out, the food is probably on the ships off the coast. So we need to find, you know, a way to get to these ships. However, as it turns out, the fort is too well guarded. So we'll need a bit of a distraction to get to this little boat there. Thank God the Mongols have all these explosive barrels lying around basically everywhere. So just by setting those alight, that should take care of this camp and cause quite the distraction, I'd say. Once again, grab these supplies for a bit of safety, because we will do a lot of shopping over the course of the run. And once again, we will just watch this short cutscene, because skipping it would again take longer. So we have to wait for these two guys on the left to pass, and then we will just JRPG our way through the camp. You gotta be a little bit careful, because if you would get noticed, you would actually have to fight everybody in the camp, but you could use this boat here. So yeah, don't get caught. Alright, we now rowed out to the Mongol ships in order to get food. So let's try find some food. Actually, a lot of ghost weapons lying around here, which is nice. So we can finally start stocking up our arsenal. All kinds of nice things. Alright, wait for a user to open this. Wait a bit for him to engage and throw a bomb. Go away to the other ship. Wait for the guys to come over there. Throw a bomb. stragglers. And we're done. Okay, while Ryuzo searches this ship, we will cross over to the other. Grab the Mongol wall plans and just leave. We use this a bit on a stickler here. So let's step up, but as it turns out, there's actually no food on these ships here, just some wall plants, which luckily entail the supply lines. So while we didn't exactly find food, we at least found a way to get some. And this takes care of this quest. We basically now got all of our allies assembled. What we need now is just to get a staging point for our attack, more or less. For this, we will ride to Komatsu Forge, which is the best forge on the island of Tsushima. So we think that Taka, the blacksmith, might be able to fix something nice up for us there. So let's go ahead and liberate that town. Luckily, it's just a short ride away from the end of this quest here. So we don't actually need to fast travel anywhere, we can just ride over here. Because you can kind of already see it over there. So now we gotta look for Yuna and Taka, who are somewhere in this town. Actually grab a few supplies along the way here. And you can already see Yuna over there on the rooftop. Let's quickly double assassinate these guys. Or triple assassinate. Jin, please. Switch stands. Thank you. Curious that that guy didn't actually run away. Guess my terrified chance actually failed. No. That cost a little bit of time. Happens. Yeah, for some reason these guys sometimes respawn. I guess not a big deal. Can just kill them again. Sometimes they drop a few supplies. So they come here where that woman is hiding, who ran away earlier, if you paid attention. And if you're here, Yuna will just come zooming over. And with them in tow, we'll now make our way into the actual forge of Komatsu, which is this building over here, where the other survivors basically hold up. So as it turns out, Taka can't actually work the forge without his assistance. So we gotta get back into Komatsu to find that guy. Luckily, he's only a short walk away. So it's not these two dudes. Climb up the ladder. And there he is. However, his wife is actually also missing and is being chased by Mongols through the town, so he of course wants her safe and sound. So now we gotta go look for his wife. Jin, go down, please. Damn. I actually wanted to assassinate these guys, but I do have ghost stance, so let's just use that then. Probably a little bit slower than having assassinated them, but shouldn't matter too much. Okay. So with all these people rescued, let's go back into the forge.
怪我はないな。このお方の強さと言ったらまるで鬼だよ。
静まれ。火事場に行くぞ。ついてまいれ。
Actually, didn't want to jump up there, but okay. Let's climb all the way up here. And bring them back to Taka.
生きてたか。このお方のおかげだ。恩に来ます。
However, now that we brought back these people, Yuna actually went missing because there are still more people to save here. So once more, we have to go back into Komatsu to save the last few people. They are in that house there over the river. And do keep in mind that there are a few archers around here, but they're actually not part of the encounter. You only have to basically kill the melee guys here. So that is what we will be doing. With this taken care of, we can rescue the peasants and get out of here. Also, something to keep in mind is if you would get spotted by any enemy while you are in company of some NPCs, you wouldn't be able to run from that encounter because the NPCs would basically get stuck there and wait for you to finish the enemies. That is why we definitely do not want to get spotted by any enemies on the way back now. So I gotta make a slight detour here and grab some more black powder bombs. Guess for some reason I don't have enough. I think it's because I didn't buy some before Blood on the Grass. Alright, everybody assembled now. It's actually time to go and defend the forge because, you know, we actually need the forge to smith something. So Taka will light the forge, which will of course alert the Mongols to our presence. And then all hell breaks loose. So just throw a bomb. Gets rid of most of them. For them to come down. The bomb. would cause some Mongols to come in from the back of the forge. And then this dude shows up. Now some archers will start coming from every direction. And yet some more enemies from over there. But of course you can again just bomb them. And then all that's left to do is to defeat the Mongol warlord, which we can just use the ghost stance on. Can actually go and hit him. And that is this quest. Okay, so now we've given Taka a little bit of time to work on his creation. So let's go and see what he whipped up. After we talk to Yuno, of course. Because, you know, can't talk to Taka if we didn't talk to Yuno. Apparently. So yeah, the spawn points for those enemies during the forge defense are actually fixed. So as long as you know where they're coming from, you can be where you need to be. To make that go crazy fast, as you could see. I mean, that defense basically took no time. Lost a bit of time because of the failed assassinations when we rescued Yuki's wife. And then because I had to go and pick up those black powder bombs. And because at the start of the quest, that one guy when we first met Yuna didn't quite behave, so yeah. Just seconds lost here and there. Nothing too major. Alright, so Taka has whipped us up an iron hook, which you can use to propel ourselves upward and forward. And the next quest will find quite a few uses of that. Because as it turns out, while Ryuzo was trying to raid the supply lines of the Mongols, his men actually got captured, so now we have to go and free him because, you know, we do want our reinforcements for our attack on Castle Kaneda. So wait until they start talking, dismount, and you know the drill. Just keep jumping along here to hurry Ryuzo along. Well, they will reminisce a little bit about their past. Because, you know, they are old friends. Yeah, this is one of the longer sections. One of the longer walkie-talkies, as we came to call them. Because, you know, you are walking and talking, so what the hell, man. Also, we actually have to go where the camera is pointing here, but we can't take that shortcut through the grass, because, you know, we are bound to Ryuzo, our ally here, who will only travel on the road. And if you actually take that shortcut diagonally through the grass there, we'd actually get too far away from him, have to go back and get him, which of course wastes time. So we don't do that. Call for the horse, if it would come please, thank you. Because soon we can start riding again. Like this. But yeah, the horse misbehaving of course lost me another few seconds. And there are his men. Not the captured ones, of course. That would be ludicrous. But the rest of his men who are still loyal to him and want to help us free the others. And of course it falls back to Jin to come up with a plan here. Gotta wait around for Yuzo to start riding, and then we can ride as well. Because otherwise this turnaround animation on the horse just takes so long. If you just immediately start riding, you will get too far away from him once more. And once again, have to go back and capture him. Not capture him, but get him. So there it is, Fort Yatate, where Ryuzo's men are being held prisoner. Once again, walkie-talkie section, dismount, keep jumping. You can try to be in front of Ryuzo here, because he will give you a little bit of a speed boost, as you just saw. However, it's a bit hard to maintain, and it doesn't save a lot of time, but, you know, a little bit helps. Nice thing is, skipping this cutscene actually puts us back onto our horse and facing the right direction, so you can just immediately start riding. So continue on with the quest. So dismount here, and we will now start using the iron hook that Taka made for us to swing and grapple across various distances. You gotta wait here for just a little bit for actually these platforms to load in, because otherwise Jin won't actually grab them. And then just continue on your merry way here. Just jump up here and immediately grapple. What we'll do here now is actually use our arrows to shoot the lantern, which will start the encounter. Then we'll reload the checkpoint, just so that every guard in this complex is at their starting position again. Which makes it a little bit more predictable where we will find them. Run along here. Make this awkward jump behind the bush. Immediately crouch down. For these guys to come together. And go and double assassinate them. To load out the sword dude. Free the prisoners. Kill him. Go back for this one. Go and shoot the lantern up here to kill that archer. And then just make a ruckus. Oh! Over here. And free the rest of Ryuzo's men. And while some other guys showed up, you can just throw a bomb at to make them run away. Could have actually assassinated them. God damn it. no matter. Who's left? Where did you come from? Okay, that was a bit slow. But we have at least 2 bombs, so that's good. That's all we need here. So we'll just take 1 bomb throw around here. And another 2 there. And then we only have to clean up the few stragglers here and there. And we are done. Yeah, it was a little bit slower because of that one dude I forgot to kill before we opened the gate. But oh well. So all of that done now, I will have to go back and buy some more black powder bombs. Because I'm completely out of them and we need some for the next quest. So let's restock. Grab a few of these as well while I'm here. And we are good on the rest, so that's great. And then we'll actually go ahead and start the last quest for Act 1 already. Which is, of course, to go and rescue Lord Shimur from the clutches of the Mongols at Castle Kaneda. Everybody here is assembled, but as it turns out, Ryuzo and his Straw Hats actually did not come. So we're actually missing a few reinforcements here. But not to worry. Hey there, Anakin. I'm doing fine, man. Yeah, doing another speedrun here. Going pretty well so far. And yes, the raid will drop in a few hours for the multiplayer mode of Ghost of Tsushima, which is exciting. Really looking forward to that later on. I mean, it will drop around the time when I will be finished with this speedrun here, so that's exciting to know. Anyway, we are going to make our way into Castle Kaneda here. Let's see if I get this time. Nope. I will get this one day. One day I will get this. It is again, not this time. Okay, once again, JRPG through the camp. Nobody is any the wiser. Oh, no. Ooh, it would be bad if they would see me. Is he still seeing me? Yeah, if they see you, this would instantly fail the quest, so that would be bad. So I messed this up just a little bit because you normally can just double assassinate them if they don't see you first. But oh well. Happens. Anyway, we'll now continue making our way into the fortress. who is left? Nobody. They all run in fear already. Good. Makes me happy when they do that. Okay, same idea with these people. Throw a bomb back there while we assassinate this guy. And then we will just go to the other side of this bridge. Clear the mission objective. And turn around and jump off the bridge here. Grab the safety. Swing over there. Oh. Immediately grapple over here. That is what I wanted to do. Squeeze through here. Jump over this. Kill that guy. I am in the wrong stance. Apparently nobody else followed us, which is a pretty sad. Because that means that this encounter will go a little bit slower. Wait for them to clump up a little bit, so we can get a good bomb throw in. Never seen that guy go in there. Which is pretty funny. Now we killed all the Mongols, we'll actually switch our outfit to the Sakai armor. Which I have prepared to be our dual outfit. Because during duels, well, you can only do your sword strikes, you can't use any of your ghost weapons or anything. And we'll actually go ahead and duel Ryuzo, who has betrayed us. Traitor. Duels on New Game Plus are actually quite easy, all you do is use Dance of Wrath. Like this. Immediately advances to the next phase, indicated by this sword clash there. And that is the duel with Ryuzo. Easy. So these guys once again use ghost stance. Because why not? Immediately switch to ghost armor though. Smoke bomb, double assassinate, clean up the archers if you need to, and enter the castle keep, where Lord Shimura is being held. That's quite nice that we have a standoff here, as this will refill our resolve once more. Because we basically used up all of that during the fight with Ryuzo. Yeah, you keep pounding your chest, buddy. Just go up and up and up. Kill every Mongol along the way. And there is Lord Shimura, which we have now finally saved. That was an ordeal. However, we're still not quite done here, as there are a few Mongols left in the courtyard. So let's go take care of them by getting light on fire. And slash that. Still not quite done. One more wave of enemies, which another well-placed smoke black powder bomb will get rid of. And the rest will just run away. And that officially ends Act 1. No, not the Sakai armor. Never the Sakai armor. Sakai armor is strictly for duels. Because you do want to have the ghost armor on. Because of Terrify. Everything just takes too long. You don't actually want to fight people, you just want to terrify them. Sakai armor is way too slow, man. We fully embrace our inner Michael Bay during this run. We want explosions everywhere. Always more explosions. We can't have enough explosions. Speaking of which, got a resupply on black powder bombs. And then we will go have a nice ride through the countryside together with Lord Shimura, our uncle. So, yeah, this is Lord Shimura, Jin's uncle. He is the lord of the island of Tsushima. And together we will now start to form plans to reject the island of Shimura. Now what I will actually try to do here is I, for once, will not try jumping alongside him and instead just ride with him, because I kinda want to see how much slower this actually is, or even if it is any slower. Because I've been kinda curious about this for a while now. Yeah, normally this prompt would come up at this bridge over there, if it would be jumping. We are still not done, so yeah, this is probably still best to dismount and jump alongside him. Because last time I summoned my horse while we were in the cemetery here. Which is probably still the best course of action to do. However, then again, Shimura just stood around here until the conversation finished, so... yeah. I still think it might probably take a few seconds, I guess. If we were to jump alongside him, instead of just riding. Anyway, finally circumvented that broken bridge.
水原の村もここまでではなかった。
わしに逃げられた腹いせということか。残る畑を守らねば来たる冬は乗り越えられぬ。
どうにかせ
And
ねば。
see some Mongols to take our anger out on
もう子供
for this insult
敵
here.
がいます。
押し通れ。
Jin, throw the bomb. And it landed in the fucking water. So we actually gotta fight these guys now. Which is fucking awful. And this takes way too long. It was really bad that Jin didn't want to do that one bomb throw. And the next one landed in the water. Ah. Time loss. Oh. Also, yeah, that is what I meant with running away from your allies. Where the fuck is Shimura even? Dude, where are you? Over there. Holy crap. This immediately makes me want to restart. Ah, jeez. I didn't even notice that he wasn't following me.
民も喜びます。
Then of course I actually didn't find him. And why can't I critical strike these guys? And why isn't Shimura helping in any way? Ah. This is not good. Not finding good openings to throw bombs. This is slow. This is really, really slow. Me no likey.
ユノ。
もうこの大軍が来てるよ。早くも持ってる。
逆手に取ってやろう。
弓を構えて。
切り捨てる。
皆殺しだ。
Maybe at least this is faster. Of course, the only one who would survive was the fucking leader. Or even wasn't the leader. It was just a shoot guy. Okay, at least I think we can speed up that part then. Doing this. Shooting the explosive arrows at them. So somewhat happy that I tried that out. Not happy about the rest of this quest though. Lots of things that went wrong.
申したいことはそれだけか。我らはかがり火台に参らねばならん。
やり
Gotta climb the lighthouse. Go around the left side to light it faster, not the gun the right side. As I am prone to do. And this will be quite the time loss, I suppose.
Sakai 様、牢に捕虜がおりました。僧兵のようでお話をしたいと。
僧兵だと承知した。
Yep, this is pretty bad.
この牢におりました。
6人が入るか。
I mean, it's mainly because I had to go back and get Lord Shimura, and that fight against those dudes was pretty awful because normally you can just get rid of them with one bomb throw.
赤島のクスシの村も
ここでよい。
麦谷ももう
So let's see. Yeah, nearly a minute. Anyway, gotta call for our horse. Wait for Norio and Jin to finish the conversation until they say to meet each other in Akashima village, and then we can go. Like this. And this officially puts us into Act 2 now. We got some allies. We did free Lord Shimura, so now it is time to go ahead and retake his castle, which is now the main base of operation of the Mongols, led by Khotun Khan. In order to do that, we don't only need allies, we basically need an army. So, what are you gonna do? Well, we are going to ride into the prefecture of Yarikawa and try to convince the farmers there to go and help us out. Problem being, Lord Shimura put down a rebellion of them down a few years earlier, and thus, well, they aren't exactly at the best of terms with him, understandably. So it will take some, negotiation with them to get them to join our side. But first things first, we will now ride to the village of Akashima just to get it as a fast travel point. Oh, it's over there. Right. Yeah, there it is. So just skirt along the edge here. And then we will just continue on to the Yarikawa prefecture. Go to the right of this watchtower. And then try to basically go in a straight line here. Which of course won't exactly be possible with all the bushes coming up. But just try to do it. Because I don't want to run into any of the patrols, so try to keep off the roads as well. So don't get shot by any archers. That would dismount you, slowing down the whole process, as happened to me last time. There's another Mongol encampment in this forest there to our left. Tree also, of course, do not want to disturb. We want to go to this white smoke there, a bit in the distance. So yeah, this is Yarikawa. Made it here without a hitch, which is great, makes me happy. And there we will find Yuna and Taka to start our next main quest.
見つかったら殺される。
アザモからも出られたろ。
死にかけたじゃないか。
As it turns out, Yuna and Taka are actually from Yarikawa. So, you know, they can help us a bit get around there. As we are basically enemies of Yarikawa.
どこを見ても昔が蘇るよ。
As the nephew of Lord Shimura, who put down the rebellion from there.
の乱の折町にいたのか。
その前に町を出てた。ガキの頃さ。
親と
As it turns out, though, Yarikawa is actually under siege by a pretty big Mongol force. So we will have to find a way to sneak into Yarikawa. And as I said, Yuna and Taka are actually from Yarikawa, so they know of a secret entrance, which they will show us in a second here. After they start riding again.
来るんじゃなかった。
今さら何さ。
だって
So you wanna continue up this hill here.
誰しもいつか故郷に戻る時が来て過去と向き合うのだ。
Then dismount around here
俺らの町。
敵に囲まれてる
and
ね。
come over here where we can see Yarikawa and the Mongol camp around it.
川まで無事にたどり着ける。
Just gotta inspect the camp, do not inspect the gate. And then this tree, which will mark the secret entrance into the town of Yarikawa. And all we gotta do is cross the Mongol camp. And how are we gonna do that? Can you guess?
命をかけることになるとはね。
言い出したのはお主だ。
Well, we'll of course JRPG our way through it.
島を出たいからね。
いい町だったな。
Because that is the best way to sneak around in this game.
飯も食えないわっぱにゃ。やりかはひどいとこだったよ。
だから去ったのか。
Now, I don't know how Yuna and Taka do it,
あんたのせいじゃない。
but you know, we can do it definitely. So we want to go down to the left of this rock, because if we go down the right side, there might actually be some Mongols who can spot you, which will be bad because it will fail the quest. And then we're gonna come to this waterfall, because of course the secret entrance is underneath the waterfall, or behind the waterfall.
地頭の灰か。
And once they have finished their conversation, you can actually get through here.
愉快な遊びだ。
滝の裏だよ。
まだあるよ。
Grab a few supplies down here,
ボールを溜め込んでおったの。
and then get into Yarikawa proper.
何者だ。
And once again, the game will slow down our movement speed here. However, we cannot jump during this sequence. So instead, we will just swing our sword. Because that also is faster than just walking behind these guys.
槍川家はおじ上が強い
As you can probably tell, because we are way far ahead.
乱は沈められても。志村家を恨
We
む
will make our way
その度に
to the front gate, where the Mongol leader will come out and have a smack talk.
なんでしょうか。
何やら騒がしいが。
こりゃまずい。
頭もいる。町を落としに来たの。
猛虎は何が望みだ。頼む。アンマルメン。
去ったな。
So now we will lead the leader of Yorikawa, and we can finally jump again, so we will use that
心配ない。
to come back here.
安々とはこう
For reference, this is where Taka would normally break off to have a chat with the other blacksmith of Yorikawa.
手を結び
However, since we are way faster by jumping, he will actually follow us all the way into the stronghold here.
遺恨など忘れねばならん。
根が深いのさ。
Before we talk to the leader of Yorikawa.
俺はこれで鍛冶屋を見ときたいんだ。
Now he of course declines us because he doesn't trust us.
タカを探そう。とんだのなしだね。
As you know, there is some bad blood
島中が襲われて
between
る。
the bloodline of Shimura and Yarikawa, so we have to find something else to make them budge.
タカは毎日ここの鍛冶屋に通ってた。鉄の余りがあるときは親方の真似をしてたね。
Just gotta wait for Taka to finish his conversation. And then talking to him finish this quest.
鍛冶屋とは会えたか。
後継ぎはあの土を持ってた。
あ、
Now we will go back to the survivors camp here for the next quest, because as it turns out, the best archers of Yarikawa are actually missing. So we think that by finding them, that might make, you know, the other guys budge and help us out. So, oh no, wait, I actually don't have to do that here. No, I do have to do that here. What am I talking about? Gotta find a few more bombs. Why is that horse always moving away? God damn you. So we now will ride into Old Jericho, where the archers have been seen last.
足の指が6本もあったじいさん。
言うな、タカも呼んだのか。
Gotta examine these Mongols here. Obviously, they've been killed by archers.
矢がない。
誰かが抜いた。また使うんだろう。
かなりの腕前だな。
And these tracks, which will lead us to the base of operations of these archers.
ここではコオロギを取ったな。
よく来てたね。
それに竹を編んでカゴを作った。
なんでコオロギ取りしてたか覚えてる？
いや、
母さんから遠ざけるためさ。腹を立てるとあんたに八つ当たりするから。コオロギに感謝しな。
So yeah, just follow the tracks over to this building there.
あの家に続いておる。
侍が住んでたね。
Kill the bear. Go inside and examine the mats.
死ぬとこだったんだよ。
ゴザがある。ここに泊まったか。
熊には食われてなさそう。
And this stuff over here.
ジリに譲る。ニカワ用の皮も。
Then go outside, have a small chat with Yuna, examine the barrels.
火薬を盗んだのか。
いい根性してるね。
And then examine more tracks.
足跡だ。
And then follow the hill down to the actual archers.
いました。
あそこの丘を登る。
Even though they are crouch walking here, we don't actually have to do that. We will just go straight to their leader. Because, you know, who cares? Mongols can't see us anyway. Right?
お主、侍か。こっちへ来い。
槍川の弓取りと見受ける。
Alright, turns out half of their force has been captured by the Mongols, because of course they have. And we now need to free them.
元槍川の向こうにある野営に向かうのだ。立たれる前に動かねばなるまい。
槍川の弓
So
取
look
り。
around.
皆無事だ。
一時でも早く助けてやらねばな。
行き先はつかめた。
And now we wait around
猛虎が近づいたらタ
for them to approach these explosive barrels
お主ならできる。
before we blow them all up.
力に変えろ。
やってみます。今ですか？
まだだ。
Just a bit more. And boom.
情け無用。
I always forget that this is actually too much for Jin. Okay, more Mongols are approaching, so of course, throw just a bomb at them. And we'll come over here, take care of the reinforcements. And there are more down there. And one more over here. And another leader over there. And that's it.
酒井殿。
That is the archer's fleet.
よくやった、大国。
And now, of course, Erika will start to trust us. Kinda. Okay, all that's left now, of course, is to actually go and defend Yorikawa against the Mongol attack from the camp outside. So let's get ready to do just that. And how do you do that? Well, of course, by buying more bombs. What did you expect?
よし、ここへ。どんなものでも揃えてますよ。これほどの品はありません。
Do I actually have, no? Yeah, I have enough smoke bombs, okay. Because we need a few smoke bombs here. Alright, so wait till night, and then the attack begins.
ユナ、
酒井様、姉さん、猛虎が
行くぞ。どこにおる？
表門です。このままでは。
止めなきゃね。
クロード様だ。
クロード様、お助けを。タカ、戦えぬ者を集め、館に入れ。
みんな、館に逃げ込むんだ。急げ。
門まで迫ってる。
敵だ。
門が破られる。
一生懸命だ。町に入っ
Inside
た
with some lots of arrows here.
敵を通すな。呼びたい。一人も通すな。
And then the Mongols will come from over there. So let's start intercepting them. And that is that. They'll now retreat for now. And since they are starting to use some trebuchets, we actually have to go and take care of them before they level the town. So we gotta get up on this cliff. Destroy them basically. Get up there, throw a smoke bomb so we can destroy them without getting interrupted. Go over there, throw another smoke bomb, destroy the other trebuchet, and done. They are none the wiser. Okay, time to get back into the town. Because things aren't looking so rosy peachy over there. And just keep rolling so the Mongols don't notice you. And we gotta get all the way back to the gate, which they just closed. Actually gotta switch our armor now to the Sakai armor, because we will have another duel on our hands. Wait till the conversation is finished and then go in. Now, since this is another duel, we can just, of course, Dance of Wrath it once more. Which we will, of course, do.
我が名は酒井陣。この島を荒らす異敵に天誅を与える者。己の血で畑を潤せ。
That didn't go as planned. I was kind of stuck in the corner there. Couldn't roll out of the way of his attack. It's bad, and now I don't have full resolve. Hurry this up. All pretty bad. We actually have to fight this the normal way. The intended way, if you want. This is supposed to go a little bit differently. Fuck. What's going on here? Why is he being so unruly today? There we go. Well, sadly, that's time loss. Doesn't make me very happy. So can you imagine? Because we were well ahead on time while this happened. Been a while since Temuge actually laid a finger on me. And then he did so twice. Say hello there, dudes. Where did you come from? So yeah, to end this quest, you basically just have to get out of the town once more. Driving the Mongols before you. And now that we drove off the Mongols, the town of Erika, of course, comes to our aid. Oh yeah, I lost about a minute here. Me no likey. Anyway, with all of that done, let's stock up once more. On bombs, explosive arrows, which we are full of, and some smoke bombs. Because we used quite a few of those. Alright, we'll leave the town through here. Call for our horse. And now we will start the long trek toward Omi village. This is actually Jin's hometown. Because this is where, you know, the next story quest takes place. Now that we have an army, we want to go and retrieve the clan armor of Lord Sakai, Sakai armor, which we actually are wearing because, you know, it is New Game Plus and it keep your stuff. On the way, though, we do want to go ahead and grab Lord Shimura's camp as a fast travel point, because that is where we have to go later on to continue the main quest, and since it is basically on the way, we can just grab that while we do this here. But I think this might actually be one of the longest riding sections of the game, in order to get to the next quest objective. So just enjoy the view, I suppose. Yeah, this is the bamboo forest. Well, it gets a little bit hard to navigate, because you basically want to try and go in a straight line. However, with all of that bamboo in the way, you basically just have to weave your way through it by going left and right. Let's keep going through here. I think I'm a little bit too far to the left. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much perfect, though. So now we got Lord Shima's camp. We will just continue on this road here. Always take the lower road until you can see the brownish red forest trees over there of the serene forest. Because that is where Omi village is located. I just head about straight through here. Kind of wanted to go to these little waterfalls to the left, because that is where you can cross the river to get to Omi village. Without anybody noticing. Omi village is there to the far right, where all these white trees are. You can kind of see it. I'm gonna go down here, grab these supplies while they're lying around. There's this little awkward jump here and up here. And then we will just follow the water's edge up to Omi village. Now imagine what kind of a time save it would be if the game just would acknowledge that we already have the Sakai armor and wouldn't have to get it. That'd be sweet. But yeah, the story progression is kind of rigid. Like, we haven't found any way to skip any of the main quests so far. The game seems to be programmed pretty robustly. Which is, you know, why we actually have to do all of the main quests to actually go ahead and finish the game. So this is Jin's home. We are kind of rude, just slashing open the door, rolling in. But apparently that is how you enter houses on Tsushima. So this is Yuriko, the retainer and housemate of Clan Sakai. And she's one of the only NPCs that you cannot hurry along her chosen path here. Even if you start jumping or going in front of her, she will not hurry up. So, you just have to contend with her walking speed. So yeah, even though we are dressed in full Clan Sakai armor, Yuriko is still hell-bent on actually getting us, well, the armor. As always, you gotta be a little bit careful to not let her fall back too far, otherwise you would have to go back and get her. So, while Tachi and Yuriko go ahead and fix up the armor for us, we will just go to the grave of our father and, you know, do a little haiku session. Reflecting on loss. Oh, legacy. Shit, yeah, loss is later. Anyway, since I'm the best haiku composer on Twitch itself, Marcus will always be the best and most awesomest. I mean, just give this a listen. Awesome, huh? Now that is poetry, man. That's poetry on Twitch. Anyway, with that done, let's call our horse and go back to the estate because the armor should be ready now. Even though we're already wearing it, but you know, that is just how the cookie crumbles around here. Get a dismount just about here to get a bit of a boost. And then once more, slash open the side entrance and just get in. And there are some troublemakers. can just do a standoff with. They will feint a maximum of 2 times. The third attack will always be, well, an attack. While the second and third will always attack right away. So by keeping that in mind, you can pretty much always win these standoffs. And because of all this bloodshed, Yuriko is a bit shaken up. So you gotta take her for a walk, I suppose. Down to the pond to help her calm down. And while we do that, we can just go on ahead and put on the ghost armor again.
強力な毒はひどいものです。ああ、殿。しばし座りましょう。
So Ryuko here tells us about the poison she uses to keep vermin out of their, food that they keep in storage. And Jin basically asked her if she can make it strong enough to kill people, basically the Mongols. Now she is reluctant to agree, but Jin kinda convinces her to do it. However, we need some kind of blow dart to actually use these poison darts with. So now we gotta go find some reeds to make a, blow dart out of. Apparently, the only reeds are here in Kishibu village. Thank God we do not have to actually liberate it, we just have to go and get these reeds. Which we'll get right over here. Grab these and leave. None of the Mongols the wiser, except for this one dead dude here. And we are already on our way back to Yuriko. Even though you speak to her, it always takes a little bit for the cutscene to actually initiate. You're just gonna deal with that. Now once it starts, you can just skip it. Now even though the game slows you down here, or maybe not, it's not actually worth it to slow down. Because it doesn't slow you down for that long. Still, that was kinda interesting, because normally, yeah, Yuriko is there in front of you. I don't know why she was falling so far back. That never happened before. She's gonna deal with it, I suppose. And this is another long riding talking section here. However, it slows down here, so once again, dismount, start jumping. And you gotta do that for quite a while, because this conversation is quite long. And so is the way. One day I would like to know what they designed first, the conversation or the way that you have to go. For these kind of things. Yeah, just jump up here into Yuriko's camp. Grab a few supplies. And then we gotta gather these flowers here. Once the game lets us do so.
失礼を。お母上に花を贈られましたね。
母上は綺麗に飾ってくださったな。
それで十分。
All these gathered, Yuriko economic the poison.
待たせたな。
And we immediately find some willing test subjects.
確かめるか。
Oh, poison here. And it does have quite the ugly effect. Doesn't it?
お怪我はありませんか?
However, with all that out of the way, we are finally done with this quest here. So, that only leaves one main quest left to do, which is to try and get a message back to the mainland, to the Shogun, and ask him for samurai reinforcements to actually, you know, go help against the Mongol invasion here on the island of Tsushima. In order to do that, we need to find a smuggler, because only those, of course, are able to break the sea barricade that the Mongols have erected around the island. And in order where to find a smuggler? Well, in a smuggler's cove, of course. So off we go to Umugi's Cove to find us a smuggler. Luckily for us, this one smuggler actually owes Shimura a favor. Just gotta go and get there and ask him to fulfill it. So I'm not quite going the right way. I have to go over there. Oops. Kinda mistook the buildings here. Luckily I remembered in time. As always, try to skirt around the patrols, because we don't want to fight on the way. Just try to head for this red flower field in the distance there. I can kind of see this one jewel ring in the distance. I'm gonna try and go to the left of it. Let's give it a wide berth, because getting too close to it will actually make you dismount, and you can't immediately mount again, because for some reason the game restricts you from doing it, which of course is bad. And then just go ahead and grab the fox then, because why not? And then we just have to go and make our way through this little moor here, in order to make our way to Umugi Cove and find the smuggler. You basically want to find the rock formation you can kind of see on the right there, and keep to the left side of it, but that is the fastest way into Umugi Cove. So this is the rock formation there, on our right. And then just follow the little hidden way here, right into Umugi Cove. Of course, we first have to pay our respect to the lady running this smuggler's den here, which is Lady Sanjo.
このお方がうむぎ御前です。
うむぎ谷へようこそ。
Just reassure that we are not here to cause trouble.
猛虎に知られておる。礼を言う。
また会いたいもんだね。
And then go downstairs once again to talk to Goro, the smuggler that we are looking for.
お主が五郎。
Who is basically in a stupor because he's drinking so much because all the samurais died, and he's kind of sad about that.
志村様と一緒に借りも消えたと思ったんだ。だから飲んでたんだよ。
祝い酒ということか。
弔い酒だ。俺らなんかを守るために大勢が死んだんだからな。だろ？
島の民すべてを守ると誓った。お主もその一人だ。
俺みたいな役立たずを守って死んじまうとはね。
お主が誠の役立たずなら志村殿は頼みにす。
俺んちはここだ。入りな。もうこの囲みはやすやすと抜けられねえだろうな。文はあんたが持ってる。
So you basically give us a map where he's hiding his ships.
海岸にいらっしゃる。
So we will take that, bring it to Lord Shimura,
人だけ砦の近くに船を隠してある。
and then meet Goro at his ships to basically go and deliver the message.
浪人が何を。
So now we will finally use our Akashima village fast travel point, because Lord Shimura's camp is near there. To get over there, call our hours, and ride for the camp. Now don't confuse the old hunting camp with the actual Lord Shimura's camp that we got the fast travel point for earlier while riding for Omi village. Those are two completely different camps. Anyway, right out of Akashima village here and try to keep to the right of the shrine that is coming up. Try to keep to the left of the shrine. The shrine is on the right, as you can see here. Marsh Rock Shrine. And just try to aim for this little Chori gate. Right here. Because just past that is basically the old hunting camp. Skip the cutscene, and then we will start riding for the spot that Goro told us about.
皆馬に乗れ。いつでも立てます。
油断せず。
野党。よし。その顔、聞きたいことがあるようだな。申してみよう。
五郎と知り合ったいきさつは。
ご金星のカラの絹を売っておったのを捕らえてな。絹を燃やし放免してやった。
罰する代わりに恩を売ったのですね。
腕の良い船頭は得難いからな。
もうこの囲みは厚い。五郎は抜けられるでしょうか。
抜けるしかない。我らが捕らえられたらどうします。血を恐れてはならぬ。勇気を持ち、守るべき民のことを忘れるな。
Oh, there's Goro.
ゴロ、船はどこだ。こちらに。
That's basically the point where they can dismount and start jumping again.
見直したぞ。まあやるにはやりますが、岸を離れることなく沈められちまうかもしれませんよ。物見の兵が船に行さんいますから。では奴らの気を他にそらさねばな。生きてらっしゃったとはよかった。よく引き受けた。見直したぞ。まあやるにはやりますが、岸を離れることなく沈められちまうかもしれませんよ。物見の兵が船に行さんいますから。では奴らの気を他にそらさねばな。止まれ。ここからは歩く。水戸だけ取りで。我が父が槍川家から奪ったものだ。
Did they just repeat whatever they were talking about? I think they did, didn't they?
猛虎は手強い敵だが、
Interesting. That never happened before.
それだけで砦を落とせますか。
一斉にはかかってこられまい。
幾度
Finding all kinds of new bugs, I suppose.
初手だけで十分。
Which I don't know I'm happy about or not.
切るのみだ。
So yeah, Lord Shimura and I will now take this
隠れて行けば
fortress by ourselves.
背中に逃げ傷を受けるぞ。
Jin, why didn't you roll?
参りましょう、叔父上。
Anybody alive? Nope, just gotta wait for Shimura to come back.
そやつで最後だ。行くぞ、門へ進む。見上げた城達ぶりではないか。こやつら恐れをなしておるぞ。
So yeah, two Shimura, two samurai against the whole fortress. What can go wrong, right?
不覚を取るな。
急変、隠れて。
Nothing, that's what.
泡に起こしてやれ。もうこの船にいる兵の目を残らず引きつけるぞ。
I would if we would just go ahead and open that. Thank you. Because only Lord Shimura can open that gate. Alright, just ignore all of the Mongols. We will just go for the end of this. Don't have to kill a single one of these Mongols here. You just gotta watch this cutscene instead of skipping it, because it is faster. Because loading times and such.
次はあそこだ。ジン、櫓へ行くぞ。切り捨てろ。
Just gotta be careful of these circles, because that is where the Waha shots will land. And they will basically destroy you if you stay in there. Also, keep a watch out for these dogs.
足を止めるな。切り捨てて進め。
Because they will ruin your day if you let them. Thankfully, the Wahas can also damage them. Like so. Alright. Go up here. Kill the archers. And then grab the Waha.
あれは五郎の船。
And then all we gotta do is free up a passage for Goro.
新手の船が来よったぞ。
While the Mongols can actually go and capture him.
やりました。
So let's shoot a few ships here.
このまま距離を取らせ。
I don't know, I just think these Mongol ships kind of look like snails. That should be just about all of the ships. Should be one more coming from over there.
次の船が来る。ゴロを変えてくれ。
There it is. Oh, there's still another. Ha ha ha. Alright, that's it. And that finishes that. So that basically leaves one last thing to take care of before we can go and recapture Castle Shimura. Why am I in the fight? Why are there Mongols attacking? There shouldn't be Mongols here. Why was there a Mongol patrol? Yeah, skipping the cutscenes sometimes messes with some of the enemy placements, I think. Anyway, let's resupply once again. Because we will need everything here. Okay, should be good. As it turns out, you learn that Ryuzo is actually in a fort nearby. So we want to go ahead and, you know, take care of some unfinished business with him. Him having betrayed us and all that. Asking Taka and Yuno for help, but neither will come. Because Lord Shimura gave them free passage to the mainland. So Jin is basically on his own to deal with Ryuzo. Just right out of the camp to the right up the hill. And follow the Torii gates for a short while. However, don't ride under one coming up ahead, just ride straight ahead of the road. So there's Castle Shimura there in the background. You can kind of see it on the mountain there. But we will ride down this hill. Do not ride up this path. Going down. And then follow this little trail here. Dismount here. And survey the camp, which happens to be full of Mongols. Who would have thought? Now, luckily, Taka will show up. And we'll try and, you know, distract the Mongols. Lure them out of the camp so we have an easier time sneaking in. Which is actually completely useless. As you will see in just a moment here. Because we'll just completely ignore that. And storm the camp ourselves. Just run up to the end there. No problem. Drop a smoke bomb. Go through the door. And done. Easy peasy. So yeah, Jin did a little bit of a slip up and got captured. Taka noticed, came back, got captured as well. Sad times. Yeah, some things happen. Taka be dead now, Jin be angry. Let's go kill some people.
Khotun Khan, mando tuan! Signal! Анхааралтай. Нисон содвэн. Тэднийг олох хэрэгтэй.
So yeah, there's a bit of an audio glitch going on here because of all these Mongols. Kinda still outside the gate. But you can just ignore them. If you can. So yeah, Yuna's here too, looking for a brother. I only can imagine this one go down well.
Yuna, mate!
Yeah, she's now angry too. Everybody's angry. So let's go kill some more Mongols. That's not great. Kinda out of bombs. Why am I already out of bombs? That's totally not great. Shouldn't be out of bombs yet. Why was I out of bombs? Definitely didn't use 4. Did I? Strange. So yeah, you can just see how much time you lose if you do not have enough bombs. Those really hurry things along, and I just went to the wrong location. Awesome. I actually need to go here. So yeah, Gao's message actually came through. So now we got some samurai reinforcements, which is pretty great. Those will be definitely helpful in the coming fight to try and retake Castle Shimura. So yeah, now that Taka is dead, Yuna decides to actually stay on Tsushima Island and help us retake it. Which you, of course, thankfully accept. So let's go find Lord Shimura to start the attack on Castle Shimura and retake it from Khotun Khan. Once again, once they start slowing down, dismount and jump up the hill.
武士が全て撃たれ信じる者を欲したのでしょう。だが我らが来た。今こそそうしたまやかしは捨て去り、本来の掟に従うべき時が来たのでは。今は対馬とこの島に住まう民を救う時。ハーンを撃つまではお待ちください。いかにも心得た。志村殿、おいご殿がお着きです。ジン、上におる。
Okay. Thus begins the fight for Castle Shimura. Boy, oh boy, what a fight it will be. How did Norio die this quickly? Like, dude. Okay, that was kind of good. Let's see the second fight. What's going on here? Okay, that was kind of strange. Anyway, that fight. I am already out of bombs again. How? Definitely never have enough bombs in this game. A long shot. Let's just go up here and already take care of the archers. Okay, those are actually the last few enemies. Good, good, good. That out of the way, let's make our way over to the Waha. Drop a smoke bomb for safety. And mount the Waha. No idea where that Mongol was supposed to go, but I guess he'll just leave. So let him. While we spray the Mongols with their own weapon. Luckily these shots actually only hurt the Mongols, so everything's fine. Just keep shooting. Just don't ever stop shooting. Till Yuna says or tells you to stop, and then you stop.
志村様は間違ってる。
考え方を改めねば死者は増える一方だ。
But we are not quite done yet.
あんたが動いたからだ。志村様じゃないよ。
There's still more to do. Okay, I got one bomb.
酒井様、やりましたね。
猛虎勢を押しておるぞ。
遠兵が来るぞ。後ろを取られるな。
猛虎にかける情けはないぞ。
兵笛を送ってやれ。
道は開けた。押し進め。
陣を組め。行け。橋まで進むぞ。おのおの橋へ進め。敵が引いておるわ。橋進め。パンは目と鼻の先だ。まずは橋を。矢が来るぞ。者ども、門をこじ開けろ。
Okay, so all of them dealt with.
矢を降らせるぞ。
ユナ、助立ちを頼む。
任せときな。
And that basically takes care of this quest. So we could quite retake the castle here, because the Mongols actually blow up this bridge here, killing quite a lot of the samurai. And this causes a big dispute between Jin and his uncle. Because while his uncle basically wants to, you know, honor the samurai code and keep storming the castle head on, Jin, you know, thinks there would be a better way to do it. But basically sneaking into the enemy fortifications and poisoning everybody inside. Sparing the Tsushima forces more bloodshed. And despite strict orders of his uncle not to do that, he still goes on ahead and does exactly that. And thus is born the ghost of Tsushima from the darkness. Because this is actually the first quest where you would have the ghost armor, so, you know. A late gift from Taka. I hate this jump. It's so dumb. Ah, missed the grab up there. Okay, we gotta assassinate every Mongol inside here. Let's go ahead and do exactly that. This Mongol really trips me up sometimes. I don't know why, but these Mongols kind of behave differently on New Game Plus compared to what they were doing on New Game. I don't know why. Makes me iffy. Okay, he's leaving. So let's survey our surroundings here, huh? See what we're up against. Let's actually use these slack lines here to get around camp. Could of course just roll through it again, but some are really iffy to do here. So I kinda just like to do this one section the intended way. More or less. However, there's no stopping you from just rolling through the main encampment here. Which we of course happily do. Just remember to not actually bump into anybody, because then they would notice you. Which would be bad, of course. Okay, wait for that guy over there to turn around. Poison the milk. The guy already turned around as well. Perfect. Poison the second milk and done. Alright. Second duel with Ryuzo coming up. So let's switch again to the Sakai armor.
Jin.
And dance and wrap his ass. And that takes care of Ryuzo. And Act 2. So yeah, we are now in Act 3. The last act of the game. Now, of course, the samurai followed us into the main keep after we had poisoned everybody there, and, well, this is quite the dishonorable act by samurai standards. So, Lord Shimura put Jin on the spot, either to blame it all on Yuna, or, you know, to basically atone for his sins, his crimes. And Jin chose to do that. He gave himself up to the authorities. However, he is now to be executed on order of the Shogun. And we can't have that now, can we? So our friends help us escape. And now all we gotta do is find Yuna, who has all of our equipment in the north of Tsushima Island, and then go and kill the Khan. Now let's actually go the right way here, not to the left anymore, because as it turned out, that was way too risky. Once again, we can just roll through all of this. Just gotta get to our horse and escape. However, during our escape, our horse gets shot, and since we have to go and ride it pretty hard to get away from there, that sadly tends to be too much for our dear friend. So the horse dies. It's dead. Was she dead? Probably the saddest scene in the game, if you actually watch that cutscene. I'm kind of glad that I don't have to watch it anymore. Always mix it up a little bit. Anyway, this is where we're supposed to meet Yuna. But as you can see, this village isn't doing so good. But even though we have no weapons, we still have our trusted JRPG. So let's just use that to get to the sacred tree. Which the Mongols have thoroughly burned. As it turns out here, the Mongols have actually learned how to make the same poison that we had to poison them at the end of Act 2. And they are starting to using it against the populace here. Also again, this is one of the cutscenes which is faster to watch instead of skip because of loading times. Even though we are now poisoned ourselves, that doesn't stop us from just rolling around here, even though we are vomiting blood. So yeah, time for Yuna to save our asses once more. Okay, get our equipment. And let's see if we can find a place to use as our base of operations. So don't forget to switch outfits again. So yeah, since our horse is dead, we of course need a new horse, which Yuna graciously provides us with, even though it's a pretty bad horse. I mean, look at that poor thing. But I guess it will have to do for now. Anyway, this is another one of these righty-talky situations here. However, there is no need to dismount, as we are riding quite speedily along the track here. Alright, this is where we will dismount in just a second here. So coming to the end of our ride. So we gotta wait for Yuna to dismount as well, because otherwise we will just get too far away from here. And then head to the frozen lake as the mission objective says. Have a look around.
つまり湖か。
Have a look at this fishing village here.
助けよう。まず宿営、次に寺を制す。のろし術。
あれで敵襲を知らせるのか。
Alright, so once again we gotta save some villages. Let's do so by killing some Mongols. Start with assassinating these two. Continue with assassinating these two. And then just rescue them. Alright, now to take a look at the pagoda itself. What is wrong here?
使わせてもらおう。物見役の旧兵。
見つかったら狙い撃たれる。
ならば誘い出せばよい。
え？
のろし術を打ち上げ、おびき寄せて一網打尽にする。
Let's do exactly that. Lure them on the ice to the explosives.
これで気を引ける。では戻る。
あいつら氷の上に来た。
始末。
Wait for them to cluster around those explosives. And boom. That didn't hit a lot of them now, did it? I think it's only that one guy left though. So it was still kinda okay. And just roll up these steps so the guys at the entrance there don't see you. Go up here. Slaughter their leader. And enter Ghost Stance to kill the roots around here. And then have a nice throw into the archers. Hopefully. Starting to be really bad at parrying, which is kind of iffy. I gotta wait for Yuna to walk over there, speak to her, and quest. Coming here in under 3 hours is pretty good. Makes me happy. Alright, gotta talk to Yuna, start the next quest immediately. However, we absolutely do have to restock our resources here. With that done, let's come here. that the right direction? Yeah, okay. Turned around for a bit there. Like that. So yeah, now Yuna tells us of a hunter she knows from a while back that can probably help us go ahead and take the fortress at the border between north and south Tsushima, so to speak. Because of course we can't do that alone. Because, you know, all our allies are still in the south. Lady Masako, Sensei Ishikawa, Norio, and whoever else. So we will try to do a pronged attack against that fortress. With us and the hunters attacking from the north. While Yuna slips by, rallies our allies and attacks from the south. And then crush the Mongols between us. But first things first, we have to find these hunters. Hunter. Well, I mean, we gotta find all the hunters, but that one hunter especially. So you gotta ride between these two rocks here. Because this camp is up on that one. Take a hard right here. And then stick to the cliff face on the left. Up this way, and there you can already see the quest marker. Leading us right into Takeshi's castle. Camp. Whatever. Both start with CNA, so it's the same thing, right? And there's Takeshi.
お主たけしか獅子を狩るのとはわけが違うまずは様子を探る
So him and these other hunters are basically searching for a place to stay the winter in. Because it is kind of getting cold and they would rather stay at the forge than at the camp here at the mountains. It's understandable, I suppose. Jump right down here. And jump down here. Call Horsey. And right down the mountain. See, where's that crossing? Can already kind of see that. Oh, way too far to the left. A bit hard seeing through all these woods here. There it is. Ah, but there's a patrol. Well, maybe they won't notice me. Yep. Ambassadors. Ah, it's only a short trip further.
木こりの宿営に向かおう
Right over there.
酒井様こっちだようやくここまで来たぞだがノロノロしてると猛虎に蹴取られそうだそこから離れろユナのやつ変わった友ができた
So let's look at the situation here.
ここから砦の中が見える山際から砦を見渡せそうだな敵も狙い撃てるあそこに射手の多くを置こうお前ら続け俺に気づいた敵を仕留めてくれよし分かった気をつけろ
Once again, wait for this patrol to come into range of our bombs here. Bomb. Slaughter their leader. Slaughter him, Jin. Why didn't you do that? Dumbass. So let's quickly kill these Mongols. Why didn't you take damage from that? What the hell is going on here? What? What is this? Yeah, this quest is kinda fucky, to be honest. With its triggers. I don't know what's going on here. Anyhow, let's climb up here. Them to come through. Throw a bomb. Take care of the rest. That was clean. Alright, so down there come Yuna and our other allies. So let's go greet them. And why? Okay, I got 2 bombs. That should take care of this camp. Surely did. We can safely ignore all of these enemies over here. Just go fight the people over here. Oh, come on, really? Why didn't he throw his kunai? Why is it so hard to throw a kunai nowadays? Happens so often that the kunai just doesn't come through. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, we're done with this quest. But yeah, that bomb throw into that big pile of Mongols. It's always a nice one. So back to Jokagu we go. And the next 2 quests are, you know, pretty easy actually. There's actually nothing much going on there. Basically just traversal and a bit of stealth. Basically a bit of JRPG. So now that we have all our allies gathered up, it's time to take a look at the Khan's fortress. See where he's holed himself up. And try and find a way to breach his defenses. So Yuna and Jin decide to climb a lighthouse near where he's hiding to get a bit of a survey going on here. So there's the lighthouse up there. Let's get it right down the hill. Dismount just around here. I could have jumped off. Crouch and start JRPGing your way through the camp. Go a little bit to the left because that guy on the right with the torch there kinda tends to spot you. I don't know why, but he does. And just keep rolling into the lighthouse. That. Because that is the wolfsbane for the poison that the Mongols have been gathering to try and invade the mainland of Japan. And now we notice that there's actually a big storm coming in, which you can use as cover to go and attack the Khan stronghold. They examine the portmaster's home, birds, skip the one in the middle, examine this house, and this place over there. And that's basically this quest done. Because, you know, there are a lot of Mongols there, and even though we do have a few allies, it would be better if we had even more. So what Jin has on mind now is to petition his uncle for reinforcements. Even though they are not exactly at the best of terms at the moment. Doesn't hurt to try now, does it? However, Yuna, being the good Samaritan that she is, doesn't let us go without a good horse. We actually get to pick a proper horse again. Alright. So anyway, we just have to wait for the quest objective to update. Like so. And then we will fast travel to down here to go and enter Castle Shimura once again. Oh, you know, we infiltrated it once, we escaped once. Now we're going to infiltrate it again. Makes sense, right? Only this time, of course, it's full of samurai. So we're not actually here to kill anyone, we're just here to deliver a message. Keep that in mind. Now the nice thing is, by skipping the cutscene that's coming up, we actually start back on our horse. Now if you would actually watch the cutscene, you wouldn't. You would be on foot, so you would actually have to call your horse. Continue riding it, which is kind of dumb. So I'm pretty glad that they did it this way here. Yeah, right over here. Dismount into the water. Say hello to that fisher there. Hello. And climb the cliffside. Ah. Missed that one. sadness. Alright, so we are now in the castle. Again, we're not here to kill people, we're just here to deliver a message, so just roly-poly away through. No problemo. Up to this wall, climb up and over. Into that little island there, just to get a bit of a speed boost by running, because swimming is slower. And you probably remember this spot here from about half an hour ago. And it's the exact same climbing sequence. Just this time Jin actually grabbed the ledge and didn't jump to his death, which is kinda nice. Alright, but this time we'll actually climb on this rock, jump up, grab the roof, and then drop into the courtyard from here, where we'll now JRPG our way through once more. Just gotta wait for this samurai to go a bit ahead so he doesn't spot us when we climb up here. And we will go into the castle. And I may notice that these guys don't much care that we are actually here. If nobody's sounding the alarm, you can basically just pass through. Which is kinda nice, I suppose. Hello! Coming through. Well, hello, Shimura. Or maybe do, I don't care. And deliver us a message. And that's basically this quest done as well. Okay, only 2 more quests to go. Let's go back to the Jogaku Temple. And actually start the attack on the Khan stronghold. What was that? Right down here. Talk to Yuna. Start quest. So since we have to wait for Yuna to come to a specific spot up in the temple ahead, we actually do have a bit of time here. So, you know, you have a bit of a breather for the big fight that's coming up. It's kind of nice, I suppose. So we will use that to resupply once again. We'll need all the explosives we can get. Actually, anything that we can sell, there is. Basically, I want to stock up on everything I can. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Didn't know I had so much linen. Stock up on everything that we can. Especially ghost tools. Good. can also grab a few things around here if you need to. And then just wait for Yuna to come over here. That should be way more than enough. So, there comes Yuna. And thus begins the attack on Port Izumi to kill the Khan.
Jin.
今だ。猛虎が来るぞ。すべてなで切りにしろ。
I want to go here, jump up this little ledge, and then watch straight ahead, because that forces the Mongols to spawn over on the left side where this explosive barrel is. Which is, of course, you know, nice to set them ablaze. Shoot that one as well. Come around here. Shoot this one. Who is left? That dude there. And I guess you guys. And that's it. That was pretty good. I like those fights. They were pretty clean. Okay, now while our allies make a distraction at the front gates, we will sneak in the back to go and kill the Khan ourselves. Come on guys, let me through. Thank you. Actually go and kill that archer for a little bit of assault and safety while climbing the ladder. And then actually Lord Shimo arrives to help us out. Isn't that nice of him? Okay, actually want to switch gears to the Sakai armor now, because we do have another duel coming up against Khotun Khan of all people. Because it is kind of time for that fight, isn't it? Alright, let's do this.
Tsushima no tami no munen omoi shire. Kataki uchi to wa ware.
What's going on? I'd rather make this safe than sorry. How does he always hit me? How? Why? I don't understand. I really don't. Anyway, let's actually switch over to the Kensai armor. And I get ready for the last fight against Khotun Khan. Let's hope this goes better than last time. Okay, come over here. Shoot this. Get rid of all of them. For some reason didn't get rid of you. Kill him. Okay, that gives me ghost stance. So I can go ahead and get rid of the first phase of Khotun. Shoot this. Throw a bomb. Throw more bomb. Throw more bomb. Throw more bomb. Okay, can break his weapon now. Throwing bombs. Nope. Chose the wrong guy to throw a bomb at. Out of bombs, so let's start throwing these. Can I? No. What else do I have? No, I got my kunai. Okay. Whew. Was a bit slow, but better than dying. Way better than dying. Alright. I'm in a bit of a talk here, so again, dismount, keep jumping. At the time I'm saving here. This might put some of the best segments up 330. I think. Or will it? Not exactly sure. Let's get the cutscene, see the nice T-pose. Oh, there actually wasn't a T-pose this time. Ah, no, not quite. But yeah, that's a massive time save. Compared to what we had earlier. Problem now being, I have way too little resolve. The fight against Lord Shimura, I should have way more. So yeah, that fight will be a little bit dicey. And slow. But yeah, the reason why I actually switched to the Ronin Edge, even though I will equip it anyway for the coming quest, is because if you do not, or rather the royal attire that you wear during the coming Tale of Lord Shima has the same charm loadout as the armor you start the quest with. And you know, since I want the charms that I have equipped on the Ronin attire, I equip the Ronin attire before starting the quest. Makes sense, right? So yeah, Khotun Khan is dead. However, because of everything Jin did, which was, you know, teaching the people to not listen to their superiors, and the whole poison thing and stuff, the Shogun actually disbanded Clan Sakai. So Jin is basically homeless now.
猛虎は日の本全土を奪うまで諦めません。奴らとの戦にこの生涯を費やすつもりだ。この務めはお前と果たしたかった。父と子
So they are now starting to talk about the future and what is to come.
採用名とって家族を作られては。今さら何を
After the Mongol invasion has ended.
そこもと手を貸そう。
そんな滅相もございません。
遠慮いたすな。一人では動かせんぞ。
ありがとうございます。
So he tells them that the ghost actually now has an army up in the north, going to sail for the Mongol lands and burn everything they own, which Jin actually doesn't know about. The army, that is.
このご恩は忘れません。
税などおりません。
Always wait for them to start talking, then dismount and start jumping.
将軍様は案じておいでだ。このわしもな。それは無用の思案か。新しい武家が来たら民は神戸を垂れるのだろう。クロードの名のもと背を向けるので。さようなことはさせません。言って聞かせます。お前が手本を見せたのだ。わしに背いたことで。 民は主を裏切ることを学んでしまった。お前もいつの日か背を刺されるとは思わんのか。
For Shimura to dismount, and then we can make our way to the cemetery.
我が一族の墓所。堺家の先祖7代。
Alright, quickly closing in on the end here.
お前の母もな。父上も。手を合わせてやらんとな。
Quickly indeed. So yeah, as it turns out, the Shogun ordered Lord Shimura to take Jin's head because of all of his lawlessness. But of course Jin, you know, wants to live, so can't have that. Which ensues a bit of a fight between the two. For obvious reasons. Alright, one more haiku, and we are off to the final fight. I actually have to do most of this the normal way, which will be pretty interesting. So let's see if I can actually do this. I mean, I can't skip the last phase, sort of. I just have to get there. That's one.
お前に恨みはない。お前に恨みはない。これはわしへの戒めだ。
There we go. We are getting down this time quite fast. Also, just for the record, I enjoy the other ending more than this one, but this is easier to do for me because I can just, you know, do this ending with R2 and X with one hand and split with the other. Because otherwise I would need to use both hands and then split. So, just so you know. Anyway, yeah. We be done here. Getting some of the best segments down to 331. I don't know. 330 might be attainable. But there's still some time to save here, definitely. As you can see by the splits here. But yeah, this will... Oof. Getting sub 330, I mean, it's probably going to be the big goal here, but it's going to be really dicey to get, I think. Like, really, really hard. I mean, I think I will try to get sub 335 on the next run. But pushing it further down, oh my god, that's going to take some effort. Like, holy crap. Anyway, guys, yeah, speedrun done. I hope you guys had fun. I'm going to drop the stream pretty quickly now because in about 15 minutes or so, the raid for Ghost of Tsushima Legends is about to drop. And of course, I want to try that with some friends. And I gotta take a short break before you do that. So, let's see. Who can I send you guys off to? Who is online and ready to be raided? I think it is John Shepard. So yeah, I'll send you guys off to him. He's playing some Knights of Azure 2. Whatever that is. So yeah, go say hello to him from me. And I think we will continue doing this next week. Because now get the time further down and down and down and down. That's what speedrunners do, right? So guys, have a nice weekend. Have a nice Halloween. And yeah, hope to see you guys on Monday for more Ghost of Tsushima speedrunning goodness, I suppose. Till then guys, bye bye!